In a coastal town where the wind pressed salt against the windows, a young church apprentice named Elias was given the task of preparing a Sunday message for the first time. He had a stack of notes, a trembling voice, and a heart full of good intentions. Yet the more he studied, the more anxious he became. He wanted the people to admire his words, remember his structure, and praise his insight. That evening, as he sat in the lantern room above the harbor, his mentor, an old pastor named Brother Matthias, found him staring at the sea.
"You seem burdened," the old man said.
"I am," Elias admitted. "There is so much to say about Jesus. I fear I will not say it well. And I fear, too, that people will look at me instead of at him." Brother Matthias smiled and set down a small oil lamp between them. "Then let us learn from Mark," he said. "Mark does not begin by making himself important. He begins by saying, 'This is the good news about Jesus Christ, the Son of God.' The whole gospel moves like a lamp toward one bright center." He lit the lamp. The flame steadied against the dark. "Tell me," he said, "what is this light for?"
"To see by," Elias answered.
"Exactly. The lamp is not meant to be admired for itself. It exists to reveal what is hidden. So it is with Christian speech. If a sermon, lesson, or song does not lead people to Christ, it has missed its purpose." Elias looked down. "But how do I keep from pointing to myself?" Brother Matthias opened the Gospel of Mark and read, "The Son of Man came not to be served but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." "Do you hear it?" he asked. "Jesus is king, but he kneels. He has authority, yet he uses it to heal, to call, to forgive, to save." The greatest teacher in history washed the feet of those who would fail him. The Lord of glory walked the road to the cross. Elias was silent for a long time. Then Brother Matthias asked, "So, when you speak tomorrow, what will you tell them?" Elias answered more calmly, "I will tell them who Jesus is. I will tell them what he has done. I will call them to repent and believe the good news." "And what will you tell them about themselves?" "That they are not meant to remain far off, but to turn toward God and trust him." The old pastor nodded. "Good. Before every message, ask 3 questions. What does this passage teach about Jesus? What does it teach about people? And how should we respond?" Those questions keep the lamp bright. The next morning, Elias stood before the congregation with less fear than before. He did not try to impress them with himself. Instead, he spoke plainly about the servant king who came near, the Son of God who called sinners, the Savior who gave his life, and the Lord who rose again. As he preached, people bowed their heads, not in wonder at the messenger, but in awe of the Master. Afterward, one woman said, "Tonight I saw Jesus more clearly than ever." Elias went home with tears in his eyes. He had learned that the best Christian witness is not the one that shines on us, but the one that shines through us. The lesson is this: Jesus is the center of the gospel, and faithful Christian speech must always point away from ourselves and toward him, for he must increase, but I must decrease.